Welcome to our library. This is the Movie Codex. My name is Brian.
And I'm Mandy.
And we're here to talk to you about the second installment of the Divergent series, Insurgent.
Yes, Insurgent by Veronica Roth.
Insurgent actually has started off where Divergent
Ended.
well, sort of, but in a way it started with Triss, Four, Peter, Caleb, leaving Dauntless, and then they start their adventure to try to find a safe point, and then going further to try to find other Dauntless members that are still loyal to their cause.
That's right.
It was to me personally, I thought the movie was it's like it had a lot of good highs, but it also had a lot of lows in it. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, to me personally, I thought they had just the same amount of highs, and so it sort of equaled itself out, in my opinion.
It was a very well put together movie. You can definitely tell that the new director, Robert Schwentski. Sorry, dude, can't get that name.
I got a German last name.
And he directed Red and
R.I.P.D. One of them was good. The other one was.
And I hadn't seen either of them, so this is my first movie by him that I've actually been able to see. And to me, it seemed like definitely could tell it had a bigger budget.
It did, but to me, does a bigger budget guarantee a better film?
That is the question.
Because we were sitting yesterday, we were saying, Divergent had a
lower
budget, but I think it was executed brilliantly, and I think Neil and Veronica did a great job with Divergent. Sometimes giving a movie a bigger budget, it makes the CGI look good. I mean, the screenshots and the CGI were beautifully done. I would say that. But I think the execution could have been. I think it could have been handled a little better. It was lacking, and it was like.
It was lacking meat.
Good word. I like that. It was lacking meat, and it was. I think it wasn't what I envisioned it to be.
Not at all. In fact, I was thinking this yesterday when I was sitting in the movie theater. I probably could have gone to this movie without reading the book and been able to pick up everything that happens. Like, I didn't feel like I had to read the book to see this movie.
And in fact, I think it would have been better off if you didn't read the book.
Yeah, because you might be a little disappointed.
And we will go further into that in our spoiler review on that. But, I mean,
But as far as the characters and how they interacted together and how Shailene Woodley, who plays Triss, and Theo James plays Four, they were great.
They were good. I think, is it Shailene?
Shailene.
Woo! Shailene Woodley, I think this was her chance to really show. I think she's an accomplished actress. Mm-hmm. She did great in Divergent, and I'm going to take your word for it. She was phenomenal
in The Fault in Our
Stars. And then she was in that Family Channel TV show, Life of an American Teenager. I don't know if the director was trying to say she was showing signs of PTSD in the movie, but I don't know. It just seemed like, does she have it? Does she not? It was like, if she did, I think as an actress, she could have shown a lot of range.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of range, when we talk about Theo James, I really like the relationship between Shailene and Theo as Four and Triss. But I kind of got the feeling that he
seemed like a yes man to me.
Yeah, he kind of was just there for her. Whenever she was in need, he was there for her. And, I don't want to share anything about the book and the movie because that's later on, but I just felt like there could have been more to who he was. We don't really see as much of him as we think we do.
We didn't see the range like we didn't see the range like in Divergent. It was like he was
strong.
He was strong at the same time. He was assertive. He pushed her, but he was a caring, drill sergeant.
Loving,
and caring and loving at the same. I didn't really see. No. That side of him,
but it might be how the director wanted to portray them, because he did, like we had been talking about, they are really all they have.
Yeah.
And so it reached a point in the relationship where he didn't have to be the drill sergeant, maybe, and he didn't have to be that macho guy, and he just could be there for her. And same with Triss. You kind of come across like maybe that's why they didn't portray her to have the signs of PTSD, is maybe they wanted it to be more of a soft side. We'll never know, but this is just our thoughts and why they.
Well, I will have to say the nice thing about it is that the romance is definitely believable in my opinion, and this is definitely more believable than Twilight, and then Hunger Games, that's
pretty believable, but that's my favorite.
But I think the romance, you did believe them, you did believe they were all each other had after who she lost in Divergent, and now it's just the two of them. It's them against pretty much the world.
Yeah, and of course you have the other supporting characters. You have Caleb, played by Ansel Elgort, and you also have Peter, played by Miles Teller from Whiplash.
Talking about getting a whiplash from, do you love him or do you hate him?
I love to hate him because he is awful.
But, you know, I'll have to give Miles credit. He did a great job. There's times that you're rooting for him, and then there's times that you wanted to cuss your head off, and
just wish that he died.
Pretty much.
I thought he was true to character.
He was definitely true to character. I think he was more believable to the original Blueprint.
Yes, definitely.
Then,
so, of course, you know, we're also introduced to some other characters.
Yes.
We're introduced to Joanna from Amity, Octavia Spencer.
Very well-known Oscar-winning actress.
Mm-hmm. We're also introduced to Daniel Day Kim from Hawaii Five-O, one of my personal favorites.
Book of Dano.
He plays Jack Kane from Candor, and of course, lastly, we're mainly introduced to is Naomi Watts, who plays Evelyn. And I had no idea because I did not look at the cast before I went to this movie. I just knew who the original cast was, didn't look at who was playing whom, and when I found out that she was playing Evelyn, I was blown away because she looks nothing like the Naomi Watts that I know. But you posed a question, Brian, a very good question about these actors.
I mean, okay, you got 2 Oscar nominated. One of them won an Oscar, and one of them is a well-known accomplishing actor in a TV show. I thought personally they just were there for being there. I was like, I felt like anyone could have played their parts. I think anyone could have.
They were there to bring in money.
Pretty much. That or just saying, hey, we got
Octavia Spencer.
We got Naomi Watts. I mean, to me, they really did not. There's many times I didn't think they were used properly. I just thought they were just there. It's like, hi, just here, Kev.
I mean, they have important roles, but you don't really get the full effect of those roles.
Yeah, I've never.
But again, going back to the Blueprint, they're there, but are they there for what they're really there for?
I think, I think execution could have been a lot better there.
Did they have good roles? Definitely.
Oh, yeah, they
had great roles. They did great jobs.
In fact, there were some of my favorite characters, but I just don't think it was executed properly.
But could they have used an average newcomer actor or newcomer actress? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it would have changed anything about the movie and how it went or the flow of it or the outcome. I think that all 3 of those actors are awesome and fantastic, but I think any person could have been those characters.
I agree.
I really do. Let's talk about the differences of each faction.
Yeah, and actually, it was funny because you were saying when it started.
That was my favorite.
Amity. We grew up in Ohio, so we grew up in Amish.
I didn't grow up in Ohio. I was born in Ohio.
But it's Amish country.
It's Amish country, so the first thing that I said that came out of my mouth, I said, Brian, I feel like I'm in Amish country, because that's what Amity, in my mind,
and that's where the good budget came in. And the set was perfect. I thought, it was better than how I envisioned Amity.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they had their horses and buggies. They were all peace and love. Don't eat the bread. It was good. I liked Amity. I wanted to live there.
Visit there. Where do you want to live there?
I could live there.
There's times where they said I can't handle much of this. I was like, nah.
Well, then they moved to Candor.
They moved to Candor, and
it is definitely judicial.
Very judicial.
You feel like you're kind of walking into like the Capitol building in Washington D.C. or even here in Atlanta. Like you feel like you're just walking in, and everyone's in suits and ties, and they're so
sporting my Candor threads right here, the black and white.
No nonsense kind of a place.
I mean, everything's out in the open. I mean, it's pretty much everything is. There's no filter, and that's one thing that they did portray in the movie. That they just
it is what it is, and that's it. There was nothing, and that's kind of dark, kind of stoic and concrete, and that's what you felt. Medieval, and of course, then we go to the faction.
This is where Robert envisioned the faction list. It was rough. You could tell it was like post-apocalyptic America. That's what made it
made me think of the Hunger Games.
Faction 13?
Yep. It made me think of, not faction, District.
District 13.
It made me think of District 13 when they were starting to build their own government and they're starting to build, that's, because basically that's what's happening in this, in the faction list area of Chicago.
And actually one of the things I liked was that you finally got to see the technical side of Erudite. I think that was some beautiful screen.
Because we all know that he'd be an Erudite.
Yes, I am. Even though I'm sporting the Candor threads. But it was like, again, that's where there's a scene with Triss, with Janine. I was like, that is like the very end of Matrix Revolution.
And I've seen Matrix, I'm taking his word for it.
And I was just like, I was laughing. I was like, wow. I was like, fanboy. It was different. It wasn't what I thought. I thought, some of it.
I thought Janine was awesome. We didn't even talk about her. I thought that Kate Winslet.
She did. I mean, yeah, very
amazing.
Very amazing villainess. I thought she did a a good job. I mean,
You
it's
wanted
like,
to love to hate her too.
no, you just wanted to hate her.
Well, yeah, you did want to hate her.
I was like,
She was
I think she pulled off. I mean, it's like with Janine, you absolutely hated her from
the very
very beginning to the very end. You didn't put up with her no nonsense. I mean, it was just Kate did a phenomenal job,
Yes,
and
she
I was like, if she, I think is out of all of our little list right there. I think, of course, she had to be set off to the side because
Yeah.
you got Kate Winslet, a very well-known actress,
Oscar winning.
Oscar winning as well. I mean, they had a lot of Oscar winning actresses.
That even goes back to our questions. Is it something that they used to make money on the film, or was
Like
it
I said, it's a bigger budget,
But
make
Kate
a
was
better.
always in the beginning. She was there from the very beginning, so it doesn't really matter. She was there from the very beginning.
So.
But anyway, so there's some of our opinions on Insurgent. Your personal thoughts, Brian?
It was like I said, there was a lot of highs, a lot of lows. To me, they equaled each other out. There was like not more highs and lows, and so I'll definitely see it again. But where we live, there's we got something called a Tuesday night movie night where movies are $6.
$6.
So I'll probably see it again on that.
Tuesday night movie night. Okay, so it's maybe a one more timer for you.
Yeah, twice maybe. Just
Twicer. For me, I'm good with just this one. Personally, I know we're not supposed to talk about the books. I like the book better, which is different than what we said last time in
Yeah.
our movie, because we said we liked the movie about as good as the book. You know, would I see it again to see Theo James? Of course. Who wouldn't want to see Theo James? Even Eric, even though he was bad, he was still good looking.
Naomi.
I liked this love story between Shailene and Theo, or Four and Tris, but as far as seeing it again, maybe with Brian we'll go on a Tuesday night, or if someone who hadn't seen it, I might go with them to see it. But as far as going by myself to see it again, probably not.
No. Okay, guys, have you seen it? Please let us know. Tell us what you thought about it.
We'd love to hear back from you.
Yes, please, and please support us. My name is Brian,
I'm Mandy.
giving you a little bit of knowledge.
One click at a time.